April 19th, 2025. Unprecedented activity at redemption centers. Signals possible currency revaluation wave. Today, April 19th, 2025, marks what could be a defining moment in the evolution of global finance. If you've been following the unfolding developments across the world's financial sectors, particularly those involving revaluation of currencies, you already know that we're witnessing something extraordinary. From inside the redemption centers, sources are reporting shifts that are anything but ordinary. For those who've patiently held on to certain foreign currencies, these changes may finally signal the long-anticipated transition we've all been preparing for. The financial buzz today is more than just speculation. Real-time updates from redemption centers are displaying rate changes across a group of 17 different global currencies. And these aren't small changes. These currencies are experiencing sharp upward movement, suggesting that we may be at the brink of a broad financial realignment. While not all details have been confirmed through official channels just yet, the consistency of these reports across multiple centers is highly compelling. Spotlight on two leading currencies. Among the 17 currencies currently experiencing significant upward trends, two stand out: the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong. Both have long been discussed in currency revaluation circles, and recent developments seem to justify that attention more than ever. The Iraqi Dinar has been a cornerstone of revaluation conversations for years. Historically undervalued due to years of conflict and economic sanctions, Iraq's rich natural resources and recovering infrastructure have long pointed toward eventual monetary stabilization and growth. Now, redemption center screens are showing rates that far exceed earlier projections. This is not another wave of rumors or baseless internet chatter. Trusted contacts with access to rate feeds are confirming a valuation jump that could place the dinar among the top-performing currencies in this wave of revaluations. The Vietnamese Dong is another currency that's drawing serious attention. Often overlooked in mainstream discussions, the Dong has quietly held massive potential. Vietnam's booming export economy, increasing foreign investment, and strategic alliances with global markets have positioned its currency for a strong rebound. The current activity shows that the Dong may be preparing for a significant upward correction. While its peak valuation might not match that of the dinar, the returns being projected are nonetheless highly encouraging for those who've held on to it over the years. A broader currency, rebalancing in motion. What's especially noteworthy is that this surge is not limited to just one or two standout currencies. A cluster of others, representing a mix of regions including Africa, the Middle East, and Southeast Asia, are showing signs of synchronized value increases. Many of these currencies are now appearing on redemption center screens at values ranging between 4 to 7 USD, which is a monumental leap from their previously stagnant or suppressed positions. These changes suggest a coordinated global effort to realign currency values, perhaps as part of a wider financial restructuring initiative. This sort of alignment is rare, and when it does happen, it's typically indicative of major geopolitical and economic strategy shifts happening behind the scenes. Some of these currencies are tied to economies rich in natural resources, gold, oil, rare earth minerals, and others are from nations that have recently formed new trade alliances or shifted their financial systems toward greater transparency and digital integration. The combination of these factors seems to be fueling what could be a once-in-a-generation revaluation event. Real-time intel versus public announcements. It's important to clarify that the current data is coming from redemption centers, facilities that are typically the first to receive rate updates in preparation for private exchanges. These are not public banks or central bank platforms. However, what makes the current situation unique is the consistency and scale of the reports. Multiple sources from different centers are reporting nearly identical rate fluctuations. Historically, we've seen many instances where rumors swirl, rates are hyped up, and ultimately no official confirmation follows. But this time, it feels different. We're seeing an alignment of movement and timing that implies preparation for a wider, public rollout. That said, we do not yet have formal confirmations from the International Monetary Fund, World Bank, or individual central banks. Until that happens, this remains unofficial, but not without substance. The data coming through is compelling enough that those within the community, especially Tier 4B participants, individuals and groups pre-positioned for early exchange opportunities, are on high alert and ready to act. What this means for currency holders. If you've been holding on to currencies like the Iraqi Dinar, the Vietnamese Dong, or others included in this reported group, now is the time to prepare. This is not a moment to act recklessly, but it is certainly a time to ensure you are ready. That means having your documentation in order, knowing the steps required for currency redemption or exchange, and being aware of the locations or institutions authorized to process these transactions. Many redemption centers may offer different rates depending on various factors, such as the type of account into which the funds will be deposited, whether or not the funds will be reinvested in humanitarian projects, how long the individual has held the currency, whether the individual has pre-registered or is part of a group agreement. Understanding these nuances can help you maximize the benefits of your exchange and avoid unnecessary delays or complications. A glimpse into the future of finance. Why is all this happening now? Many experts believe we are in the midst of a massive restructuring of the global financial system, something that has been slowly but steadily progressing behind closed doors for years. This revaluation wave may be one visible piece of a much larger puzzle that includes the gradual shift from fiat to asset-backed currencies, the rise of blockchain and digital currency frameworks, increasing pressure for global debt forgiveness and economic balance, new trade coalitions forming among BRICS nations and emerging markets, wealth redistribution mechanisms aimed at reducing economic disparity. We're not just talking about a change in the value of money. We're talking about a shift in how global finance works, who controls it, and who benefits from it. For once, this reset might not just favor large financial institutions and governments. Everyday individuals who have done their research and positioned themselves accordingly could benefit substantially. The path ahead, caution and preparation. Even with all the exciting news coming through, it's essential to approach this moment with a balance of optimism and caution. Not every source of information is credible, and not every rumor will materialize into reality. But that doesn't mean we aren't on the edge of something transformative. So what should you be doing right now? 1. Stay informed. Continue following updates from trusted sources. Watch for signs of official confirmations. Be wary of hype, and rely only on information you can verify. 2. Get organized. Ensure your currencies are safely stored, your paperwork is in order, and you understand how the redemption process works. 3. Plan ahead. Think about what you'll do after the exchange. How will you manage sudden wealth? What are your goals? Are you interested in philanthropy, investment, or retirement? 4. Be discreet. As this process unfolds, privacy and discretion will be important. Avoid broadcasting your plans and stay under the radar when possible. 5. Have a trusted team. Financial advisors, legal counsel, and tax professionals can help you make the most of your opportunity while staying compliant with local regulations. For those new to currency revaluation, if you're just hearing about this now, don't worry, you're not too late. There's still time to understand what's happening and why. Currency revaluation is not a conspiracy theory or a fringe idea. It's a real financial tool that nations use to adjust their economic position on the world stage. Many countries have, in the past, repegged or revalued their currencies, sometimes overnight. The current situation simply involves a larger group of currencies aligning their values to reflect new economic realities. These changes can be driven by reforms, resources, trade deals, or technological shifts like the adoption of digital banking systems. There's an entire history behind this movement, stretching back to the end of the Bretton Woods system, through the introduction of the petrodollar, and into the modern-day era of cryptocurrency and decentralized finance. What we are seeing today may be the culmination of decades of planning. Final thoughts. To everyone watching this unfold in real time, this could be the opportunity we've been preparing for. Whether you're a seasoned investor or someone who bought a few notes on a hunch years ago, the next few weeks could be critical. This is not the time to panic or get swept up in emotion. It's a time for clarity, discipline, and smart decision-making. If everything we're seeing now continues to develop, we may all look back on April 2025 as the month the world's financial system began to pivot in a new direction, one where individuals have a rare chance to benefit from the global redistribution of value. Stay alert, stay grounded, and stay prepared. Keep your notifications on, and we'll continue to bring you the latest updates as they arrive. Big things are happening, and we'll be